What is Ingram problem today now? Where you teach now, Ingram?
Madam Speaker.
Ingram not teaching nobody nothing.
Would you believe that connected to that, just trying to tell the platform that there's matters the matters before the court in Jamaica, and you are to Jamaica, you can't discuss it. That's what he was saying.
No, he's not telling. He did not tell it. That is his personal decision. That is his personal decision. We have wrong with that.
Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, make him tell it. Make him tell you why connecting said that.
Madam Speaker, ask him.
No, me not have to ask him nothing because we want to discuss the 12 dialysis machine that is found at Jack then.
Thank you very much.
Do you want to discuss that, Ingram?
Madam, let us not encourage ignorance.
Ingram, the Auditor General said,
Madam,
the Auditor General said,
Madam,
12 dialysis machine was brought in the country from University of
I can discuss any issue, my lady. I can discuss any issue.
So let's discuss this then.
Any issue.
No problem. Let's discuss this. So, what are your views on the University of the Hospital bringing in 12 dialysis machine, tax exempt, and then they end up at Linjus Road that is run by the PNP MP? What are your thoughts on that?
Munchi member is another extension for you.
Munchi?
Yes.
You came up in the conversation just now, and there's an important point to clarify.
Yes,
somebody just tried to mislead the platform.
Ingram, that story gone. The new topic on the table is
not gone. The man is still here.
The new topic on the table is Ingram.
The man
is still here. And
the new topic
on state is stand. He will not speak on any matter that
new topic on the table is Ingram. The new topic on the table is the 12 dialysis machine that are at Jack Den. What are they doing there, and what are your thoughts? Right. Go ahead.
Let me try again.
Yes.
You came on the platform just now, and the statement was made. It is absolutely misleading.
I don't care about that statement.
Stupid.
I don't care about that statement, Ingram.
I was in the process of...
Ingram, you know what? That topic is null and void. The new topic before us this evening is this.
Madam
12 dialysis machine.
Madam, I am not
brought in for the people of Jamaica is now at Jack Den.
Don't do that.
I
am not a robot. Don't do that.
But I topic that now.
You will not get away with that.
That is the topic, and if you don't want to discuss that topic, then we're gonna have to tell you good night.
Absolutely no
If you don't want to discuss this topic about the 12 dialysis machine, we're going to have to pick up this tomorrow on your platform. But we don't want to talk about what you want to talk about. That's irrelevant. This is more important. The health sector is important.
I do not want to talk about anything particular, madams. You're wrong. I do not want to talk about anything. I have no interest in talk about any particular matter. What I'm trying to do here is root out ignorance and stupidity.
You can't root out nothing.
You're too liar. You're too liar, Ingram.
You cannot root out nothing. Just stick to the topic. What are your views on the 12 dialysis machine that are now at the PNP MP facilities?
Are you going to root out the dialysis machine?
You're going to have exactly what you want to talk about.
Madam,
yes.
As far as I'm concerned, let me respond to the point you're making.
Yes, thank you.
As far as I'm concerned, I was reliably informed that the matter was reported to Mocha and the police for investigation.
I
am. Madam, can I complete my response?
That doesn't stop you from discussing.
Can I complete my response?
I make Sharon get a talk.
Can I complete my response?
Yeah, respond now.
I endorse the police to investigate rigorously and to lock up anyone who is criminally responsible.
Yes. So you're saying that you're calling on the police to lock up Dennis Gordon?
Lock up anyone, and you must have heard me talk time and time again.
Dennis Gordon, I don't anyone, and Dennis Gordon.
Dennis Gordon and Alfred
Dennis Gordon.
I put no color to criminality.
Dennis Gordon.
Criminal is a criminal.
Dennis
Gordon.
Get that clear.
Dennis Garden. Thank you.
Dennis
Go ahead,
Dennis
Sharon.
Garden.
Sharon, your time now. Ingram making point very clear. Thank you, Ingram. Go, Sharon.
I'm here listening, Ingram. Ingram is the lie this man ever walk up on this earth.
Can I beg you a favor, lady? Can I beg you a favor?
Don't beg me any favor.
What you saying, Lion and Nikisha
Just tell
Birchell?
the platform the lie I've
He
told.
beat
Just
Nikisha
tell
What
the
you saying,
Birchell.
Lion
platform
and
tonight.
Nikisha Birchell?
If you can't tell it, I'm going to leave.
Yes.
If you can't tell the platform,
All right,
I
now
have
tell
to
the
leave.
platform. Sharon, could you
You
please
Tell us
telling
the lie
Lion
I've told.
Siaga. You telling Lion Mr. Siaga. Mr. Siaga
Sharon,
that
could you
saved
please tell the
Jamaica.
platform about the lie that Ingram told, please?
You should
You
tell
don't
her
hear him
in one
telling
thing.
like that Siaga borrow money and that was what mash up Jamaica and it's not Finsac. He's such a liar.
Yeah, true. So boy, Ingram.
You finish talking? You finish talking? You finish talking, lady? You finish,
Ingram is a liar.
that's
Nikisha
the lie.
Birchell
Hold
a liar,
on,
buddy.
hold on, man, hold on. That's the lie you're accusing me of?
Yes.
A few minutes ago, I would have told this platform, that Mr. Siaga loan that he took, that he forgot, and all the other loans that were taken from this country and wasn't paid back was what constituted.
Ingram, where can we find that information?
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Ingram, that is false.
Ingram, where can we
Ingram,
find that
that's what I said and
information?
stand.
That is false.
And Ingram,
Ingram, where
it's
can we
never load
find
up
the evidence
with
of this
Finsac.
information? Ingram, could you point us to the evidence of that statement, please? Tell us where to find so we can read it.
People. I was working in the private sector.
Ingram, you just said, Ingram, you just make a statement about Edward Siaga.
Yeah.
Which paper we can, which article, which paper, which policy?
There are numerous
can we
dimensions.
read? Tell us them. Tell us them.
now.
Read
There are
from one
numerous
of them.
Tell us one. Only one.
Read from them now. Read from one of them.
Just one.
I don't.
I think what
I'm
Mr. Ingram
not gonna waste my
for
time.
Nikisha.
Ingram, could you please tell us where can we find the information of what you just said? This is not a PNP platform, you know, Ingram. This platform is where truth come to reside. And you cannot come and make an argument about Edward Siaga and cannot tell us where we must get the evidence from. That means you're lying. That is what Sharon is talking about.
But you cannot stand here tonight and say you don't know about Siaga borrowing.
I have never heard about that in my life. Where is it? Point me to the evidence.
Mr.
Where can I read it?
Okay.
Ingram, if I'm going to come here and tell you, say, $12 is
I've heard it. It's the first time I'm gonna research. I've never heard it.
At first, not go such Empress. If I gonna tell you, Ingram, that
I really want to tell you guys
machine.
how we got to Finsac, you know. I really want to
Ingram, if I'm gonna tell you that $12 machines were are at the PNP MP, I'm gonna say, according to the Auditor General and Nationwide and Gleaner, it is reported that 12 dialysis machines were imported by the University of the Hospital, and they are now at Jackden facilities at Linjust Road. A talk story. Tell us where we can find the information about Siaga borrowing money.
Madam Speaker,
I think you are lying now.
A point of order. Remember the other day in the Sunday Gleaner. 1 second, Mr. Ingram. Remember, Madam Speaker, when you read from the Sunday Gleaner a few Sundays ago, where the furnitures, along with the reverse osmosis machine,
yes,
and there was some furnitures.
Right.
Remember you read that Sunday?
Yes.
Right, and the address was addressed to Linder's Home.
Exactly.
Linder's Road.
You never see it, Ingram?
That was in the news.
And
I
then
remember
you
that.
You never see it in the clean that couple Sundays ago, Ingram, with the dialysis machine and the hospital and the furnitures, and it have University of the Hospital. When you look at the address, you see how much and a half Linder's. You didn't see it. You didn't see it, Ingram.
That was in the newspaper.
Madam Speaker, is a new extension to the UV facility.
Let me hear Ingram. Ingram never said that.
No, hold on. I want to clarify. I want to understand something.
Sure. Go ahead.
You are saying that there are machines at the place and Mocha is investigating. So it's an imminent arrest any time now then.
I am saying that based on what the Auditor General and the two newspapers saying, 12 dialysis machines are now sitting at Lingus Road that was brought in from the university.
And the police involved in the investigation. Therefore, there should be imminent arrest anytime now.
I am not a part of the investigation, so we can't answer that. When is the arrest? I am telling you that is what is the fact, that the PNP MP is now
consistent with the facts you are presenting, Madam Speaker. Consistent with the facts you are presenting. The fact also is that the MOCA is investigating the matter also.
Right. But I don't know when it's going to be an arrest.
We can comfortably say, we can comfortably say that so imminently.
I cannot comfortably say nothing.
Arresting.
Ingram,
I
cannot comfortably say nothing.
Comfortably say that the information is in the gleaner.
Exactly, and the PNP
So we want you to
MP
comfortably tell us now where you get for your information, Boss Yaga.
Thank you very much, Nax.
Which information?
Thank you very much, Nax. Go ahead, Ingram. The information that Edward Siaga borrow how much money and never member.
That's public knowledge.
Tell us where to find it.
I'm not going to waste time on that. That's public knowledge.
Ingram is not waste time. Ingram, if you bring a story to the courthouse, the judge is going to ask you for evidence.
I'm not in court. I'm gonna take my blood. I'm not in court. So I'm gonna take my
Ingram, you see the PNP.
Ingram doesn't lie more than
Any you can go on Google right now and Google.
Ingram.
Yes, see.
Nothing is on Google. Nothing is on Google.
No, Madam Speaker, remember, we can't use PNP Google.
Yes.
Only PNP can use for them Google.
Ingram, it is not on Google. It is not on Google. Nax data and the one we just Google it. We don't see it. Tell us where to find it. Just like how we tell you where to find the 12 dialysis machine. Tell us where to find the money where Edward Siaga borrow.
Because that is not on Google.
It is not here.
Google. We have to go on 89 and a half all upload to find that.
You find out this up.
Yeah.
You find the museum.
Ingram, you know, so this is one of the reasons why PNP can't win the election, though, because as soon as people ask for evidence, you can't find it.
What time? I said early.
Yeah, man, it's very early, man. We're very concerned about the 12 dialysis machine, Ingram, because right now, every day the PNP go on political platform and talk about health sector. You know how much a big difference those 12 dialysis machine would make, Ingram? And they are now sitting at the PNP headquarter.
No, it's not
every day they talk about
it's not the PNP archives. One, if it's not the PNP archives, can I look like the 89 and a half all over road?
Yeah, we are at it. Where's the evidence of Edward Siaga borrowing money? Ingram, next year come back here and show with the evidence, please. Come with curious to know.
All over road. The PNP archives.
All right, he must know this. Let me ask him an easy question, Anisha. Ingram, which date? All right, that's which date. That's hard. Which year did Edward Siaga borrow the money? The alleged money. Which year?
I can be very jovial, you know, madam. But
it's a serious question.
I'm a very responsible person.
Yes.
So you have to be careful. You don't get me dabbling.
Ingram, what is wrong with this question that I asked you? With all due respect.
Which year?
Which year did Edward Siaga borrow the money that he forgot to pay back? That's a serious question. I honestly want to know. Which year did Edward Philip George Siaga borrow money and did not remember that he borrowed the money? Year. That's all me I ask. Go ahead.
Madam Speaker, me tell Ingram said the next time the PNP is a serious contender in an election in the year 2040.
Mr.
I
Ingram.
agree with you. I second it.
Mr. Ingram. Hello, my friend.
Okay, guys, so let's do a little research here. So I asked Google.
Yes.
I don't know who
Yes.
owns
All right.
Google.
Yes. Sure. Ingram, Empress asks Google. Go ahead,
So
Empress.
I said, when did Edward Seago borrow 80 million from a Jamaican bank and forget to pay it back? That's all I had. That was it, right? Straightforward.
Yes.
He said, based on available historical records and archives regarding Edward Seaga, there is no evidence to support the claim that he borrowed 80 million from a Jamaican bank and failed to pay
Read
back.
again what you type. Read again what you type, Empress. Read again what you type. Read again what you type.
Search result. Listen to me. Search result focus on his political career, including his 1980 election victory.
Read again what you say type.
So tell her what to type, Ingram. Tell her what to type.
Okay, so tell me what to type.
Tell her what to type.
Read again what you type.
Read again, Empress.
Okay. So I said, when did Edward Seago borrow $80 million from a Jamaican bank and forgot to pay it
what
back?
You guys are laughing? What you guys are laughing about?
What is it? Is it the correct question? Yes or no? So if you
Was
ask
it inaccurate?
Google,
I'm willing to change it
Read
if I made any error.
But you guys are sitting there and don't hear what the lady read?
Ingram, stop the nonsense. Tell us what to put in the search engine.
And did not hear what the lady read?
Ingram,
Can I say something?
tell us what to put in the search engine.
You guys are sitting there and did not hear what the lady
You're
read?
money false alarm now. What wrong with Ingram?
Hold on a little, man. Hold on a little. Let me just say something to Empress. Empress,
Yes.
what Ingram said is that Mr. Seaga said that he forgot to pay back the money.
Oh,
The
God.
question did not include that. Ingram
So
said
what
Mr. Seaga
should
said.
she put in the search engine connecting? Ingram might tell we.
But she typed 80 million.
So what was the figure?
Who discuss about 80
Well,
million?
All right, tell us
Okay,
again.
all right,
Relax.
Tell us the amount.
Relax.
How
What
much
was the
is it?
figure?
Tell
What
us
was
the
the
amount,
figure?
Ingram.
Hold on, man.
Okay, let's
Hold on.
put
Hold on,
money.
hold on,
Let's
hold on.
put money from a Jamaican bank, okay? I'm not gonna put my error, and I'll accept that responsibility.
Exactly. It's an error,
All
Ingram.
right, so
Come
not
on,
a
man.
problem. I said, when did Edward Seaga borrowed money from a Jamaican bank and forgot to pay it back?
All right, that's
Would
better,
that
Ingram.
be accurate? Okay, search.
The bank is Century National Bank.
I am gonna go back to Eva Century. I'm gonna go back.
Century National Bank.
Put in
Okay.
century. Put
All
in
right, so
century,
here.
Ingram.
Okay, so let's go. Much accurate now, Mr.
Read
thing.
back fine.
He said in
Read it again.
1990. Listen. I have no reason to lie, so I'm just gonna read what I have. It came up with century actually. In 1996, former Prime Minister Edward Seaga publicly admitted that a loan held by one of his company from Century National Bank (CNBC) had been missed or forgotten for approximately 1 year.
Yes.
Key details regarding the controversy include the loan amount. Report at the time suggested the loan was roughly US 22 million.
Yes.
Critics and political opponents have often cited figure ranging from Jamaican 83 million to 150.
Hold on.
Empress, read it again. Ingram.
I'm laughing. Okay,
Empress, read it again. So Captain Ingram say where the money was from where.
Okay, so
the money was from what?
No,
Read
that was
again.
so funny. I'm gonna read it. So
Hold on, man. I want to hear the thing, please.
okay, so the loan amount. Reports at the time suggested the loan was roughly US 22 million. Critics and political opponents have often cited figures ranging from Jamaican dollar 83 million to 150 million in local currency during discussion between the 1990s financial meltdown. The explanation. Seaga stated that both his own auditors and the bank itself had failed to include the loan in a major debt refinancing package.
You hear that?
He
Okay.
later explained on a talk show that he and his auditors forgot the loan for 1 year. Context of the financial crisis. This admission occurred during the collapse of Jamaica's financial sector in the 1990s, which led to the creation of Finsac.
Yes.
Financial Sector Adjustment Company. It's the first time actually understanding the acronym. CNB was one of several institutions that failed due to a combination of insider lending, high interest rate, and liquidity issues.
Yes.
The enhanced garden debt. Relatedly, Siaga's companies Premium Investment Limited and Town and Country Resort Limited were involved in a long-standing legal battle over unpaid general consumption tax for the enhanced Enchanted Garden Resort, which eventually reached the UK Privy Council in 2023. While Siaga maintained that the missed loan payment was an administrative oversight by his accountant and auditors, the incident remained a point of significant political debate in Jamaica regarding.
I want to read that part again from you now.
Okay.
Read that part
All right. While Siaga maintained that the missed loan payment was an administrative oversight by his accountants and auditors, the incident remained a point of significant political debate in Jamaica regarding leadership and financial accountability. And that was the end of it. And here we have, I think, Mr. Siaga actually looked like he was in a interview. Siaga put a damper.
Empress.
He was in a radio interview.
Yes, you can see. He said Philip George Siaga put a damper, and it's on a Facebook thing. So
stop right there. So Ingram.
So Ingram, you're based
on this. How did Siaga money cars Finsac?
Grandmother does say Canada po.
How did Siaga personal business company that obviously lost when lose and lost millions because of Finsac, cars Finsac? Based on this article where Empress just read, Siaga get it in a Finsac as well. Connected.
Hold on. And don't do that. Take note of the date. Take note of the date of the occurrence and when Finsac was instituted. Okay. Don't mix up the issue.
This was 1996.
And Ingram, I would like to tell your friend Alvaro that Andrew Olness was not Siaga's accountant. Because tell Carl Lewis the other day that Andrew Olness is was Siaga accountant and not Nogoso. He was
Andrew accountant?
One of the companies.
Where was Andrew Wallace working? Where's Andrew Wallace working when he
at one of his companies? No, he was not his personal accountant.
Where was
hold on just a minute. We need to clarify this one properly, man. We can't just keep going and not clarify. The loan was taken in the 1980s. You know, Karen was a garden started in the 1980s. I used to go up there, provide close up security for Mr. Siaga when he used to come down there. The loan was taken in the 1980s, not in the 1990s.
All right.
So Empress, see if you can find that. Ask Google when was the loan taken.
No, it said it said 1996 former admittedly. No. Okay. Let me ask when was the loan?
When was the loan taken?
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna put it in.
But while Empress look for that connecting, the PNP argument that Edward Siaga borrow money and remember and that we show the PNP disingenuous.
Lie, man, lie.
They look like Edward Siaga borrow tax taxpayer money and forget to put it back. Ingram.
No one suggested that is as a result of
So why are you bringing it up then?
No, we are pointing to the numerous loans, including his.
Yeah, switch him out now.
What numerous loans?
Let me call some name. The Paul St. Youngs.
That not have to do with this conversation.
That have nothing to do with the conversation.
You guys love to talk about Edward Siaga borrow money and forget to pay it. Like you don't want to say something with Finsac and taxpayer money. That was a business loan.
Listen and learn.
You need to stop it. You are disingenuous and you're a crazy man. You're a crazy man. The argument that Edward Siaga borrow money must come out of the boat. That was a personal dealing.
Oh, you don't want to learn.
Actually, you know,
nothing from you guys. You guys are disingenuous and liars.
Point of order. So it seemed like connecting is a little bit close there. Yeah. So the exact year that the loan was taken remains a matter of public debate rather than a single confirmed date, but it is closely tied to the period between 1984 and the early 90s.
You hear that?
Yep. So it said established. So listen what it said again. So so while the loan became a major public scandal in 1996, tell me I whooped my behind hard in Canada. I don't even know what's going on in Jamaica. While the loan became a major public scandal in 1996, when the bank failed, here is a timeline associated with its origin. Establishment of the bank in 1984, some critics argue the loan's root traced back to the founding of Central National Bank in 1984. The development period, 1980s to early 90s. So the loan was reportedly contracted by one of Siaga's companies, such as Town and Country Resort and the Fund of Development.
Country Resort, yes.
Yes, that we forgot about that in 1996, and it's a repetition of what we read before.
Yes.
But what it is actually saying, it was actually in around 1984, and you might.
Siaga and the owner of the bank, Don Crawford, were close friends, you know.
Yes.
I'm a he was one of the financial party.
What is being demonstrated here? This man sat down here, and here you guys were disputing whether or not the loan, there was actually a loan, and he sat down there and had said nothing. But he's not correcting the date when the loan was taken. You see how disingenuous and this.
If you say Ingram,
you
did say that you're gonna lie for me.
So this honest and disingenuous. You saw this honest guys.
Liar Ingram.
You sat there and all the arguments. You allow people to go waste and be liar.
Anisha, hold on.
Lie like your leader, Ingram.
Anisha, hold on.
Because
Ingram.
and you sat there. You sat there and know the argument. And after the argument done, you spend my time. You are disingenuous and dishonest.
You lie like Bakamasa.
You have no integrity.
Mr. Ingram.
You lie to that Bakamasa, you. Lie.
Ingram. Mr. Ingram.
So you accept you get defeated, you come and lie for me. You lie.
Mr. Ingram. Hold on, Madam Speaker. Point of order. Mr. Ingram.
Yes.
Earlier when me and you are we one-on-one, and I said a company associated with Mr. Siaga borrowed the money. And you jump down my throat and tell me, oh me lie and wicked. What did the article say again?
Let me explain something. I believe in correcting people and assisting people all the while now. I believe in that. I believe in honesty at all times. Honesty and integrity. No, lady, when you mention that a company associated in the laws in Jamaica, say the the laws in Jamaica. If you even take a loan, the company take the loan. But when it comes down to the final point, when the account of responsibility comes in, the principal person is responsible.
No.
Okay?
No.
The company is responsible. The company.
Thank you very much.
That is why there's a LTD at the end of the company name.
Thank you
cannot
very
take
Limited
the
liability.
Pure liability.
You cannot take the person.
I'll say one more thing.
No, you have to admit say you're wrong first.
I'll say one more thing.
No, you have to admit say you're wrong first.
I challenge all of you here tomorrow morning. Hold on. I challenge all of you here tomorrow morning to call the company office tomorrow morning and ask the question, where liability stop? In the liability
the assets of the company means to the principles of
no, but it's always the company. It's never the individual.
Can
Never
give us
the
any directive?
individual. Because Mr. Ingram,
Mr. Ingram can give us any directive. He should restore his credibility first by accepting that he lied to us.
Exactly. But Edward Siaga borrow money and forget and
Mr. Ingram,
wicked.
Mr.
The
Ingram,
PNP need to take accountability for Finsac and apologize to the people of Jamaica and stop walk around and spread
somebody said just talking about Edward that they study.
Talking about Edward Siaga borrow money and cause Finsac.
Mr. Ingram,
whatever you study, I'm pointing you back again, my lady.
You need to go back to study. I don't know what kind of accountant
Mr. Ingram.
Just last week, Tuesday, for
I
example.
don't know what kind of accountant you be. You have no credibility.
Let's hear
Just
it. Let's
last
hear it.
week, Tuesday, I was in court. I was
Yes.
in court last week, Tuesday, for an NHT matter.
Right.
And when the company was called, and I represented the company,
Right.
the judge emphasized the fact that when it comes to responsibility and where liability stop, is the principal officer of the company. Okay? Let me teach you that. Okay?
Please. Just 1 second for me. Can I make a suggestion? We are talking over each other, and we are not. People are listening, and that's all good. I'm here listening, and I'm not making a lot of sense out of what is being. So Ingram is talking, others are talking. We probably should allow the moderator should allow.
Ingram should not get the platform. Look here, connected.
I heard you connected.
Ingram should not get the platform. Ingram,
let him finish. Madam.
Ingram should not get any platform to continue with his nonsense over here.
But I have something to say, and I don't want to be disrupted.
Okay, go ahead.
I will make a suggestion that we allow each person to spend 2 minutes, 3 minutes to say something. And stop. We're not getting anywhere with this.
Oh God, what you do?
So if you want me to lead up the discussion and to give you why it's much nice in the background, man. Closing the mic, man. Like I'm closing the mic when I listen to it. It's nice in the background, man. Yeah. In the 1990s, when the PNP went on a limb with the high interest rate regime, and I can tell you, 1996, I secured a loan from Workers Bank for 100,000, and I was paying the loan. I think the initial payment was 6,000 a month back in those days. I was paying the loan, and the bank manager called me and said, "Mr. Morgan, the loan gone up to." So I said, "How come?" She said, "The interest rate gone up." They said, "They can't go that way." They say, "Yeah. Government policy and interest rates gone up." So I start pay the money and say until one time I go to 10,000. I can't cope. Me put my gas school and prep school and something. Then I hungry that kill them. The time I was working at Mutual Life, I was in the company, you know, the fund, Mutual Life, and they started this high interest rate regime. Interest rate moved from in the teens, go up to as high as 100%. But Omar Davis was the Minister of Finance.
Yeah.
You can't pay back that loan. And that is what Mr. Siaga stood up in the parliament like a bull and warned the PNP against what they were doing. And then they go back now and start this mopping up of liquidity, which was a double disaster. Mr. Siaga warned them again, and they continued. As a result, can you imagine? Mutual Life at the time was 150-odd-year-old. and Mutual Life did not survive the pandemic national party, the PNP. The PNP has done more damage to this country than all the disasters. Economically, the People's National Party has done more damage to Jamaica than if you start with the 1692 7.5 earthquake, we sing Port Royal, 1907 earthquake, and come right out of the earthquake and the disaster them, and the hurricane and the rainfall them. The PNP has single-handedly done more damage than you come and blame Mr. Siaga. Not too bad and lie and wicked. Must stop it. Must stop it.
Murder.
Ingram, your time. Wingan.
He's there, Mr. Ingram on mic.
Okay, yeah. All right. When you have a limited liability company, I hear people talk about company being owned by people. You know, people don't own company.
No, they don't.
When a company is incorporated, it's the shareholders that own the shares in the company. And when the question of responsibility comes, the buck stops somewhere. And if anything liability or any form of debt or whatever you, and the company is held liable, the company being a personified person, it will be the buck will stop on the principal director of the company. That's what happened. Okay. So in the case of Edward Siaga now, when he said he forget the loan, he cannot stop his liability. It's gonna touch him because he's a principal officer.
But Mr. Ingram,
you guys don't take my word for it. Tomorrow, take some time out and do some research on that. Okay.
Okay. Can I ask you a question, Mr. Can I ask him a question, Mr. Ingram?
Yeah.
So I'm stupid. I'm not gonna tell you I'm in no lunch, but I run a business. So my question is, if you have your because you guys do, I didn't know you guys did LLCs, right? But we do corp here. We don't have LLCs, we have corp, right? Now, if you have a corp, who is that? Oh, that person here? Okay. If you have you operate a business and basically you put that business behind a corporate veil, so they don't know. Yes, you have your chartered accountant, to which you are, so you represent the financial aspect. So you would be that person, you would be that spokesperson that speaks to what we call, like, you call it tax whatever of Jamaica, right? And if you have to go to court, you're that person because you deal with the money, right? But my question to you, that person who owns the business cannot be personally held liable because a business in itself, am I correct, is its own person. So I am limited liability. I'm limited liability. Empress Survivor Company. They can go after the company, but me, Empress Survivor, I am not touched because the business is not me. The business is its own entity and its own person. Am I correct?
That is correct.
Okay, I think I went to the back of the school
they can sell the assets of the business.
Yeah.
They can claim.
You can correct me. I don't know. Listen, my account, my charter does everything.
Can I answer the question?
No, Ingram, you cannot answer the question.
No, let him answer. Let him answer.
Knox daughter can answer the question. Go, Knox daughter.
Okay. Go.
They can make claims.
1 second now.
You're coming in after Knox daughter.
Against the assets of the company.
Yes.
The company can be dissolved to pay all costs.
All debts and everybody.
Yes,
and everything,
but
right?
they cannot take your personal assets.
Person. Correct.
And if you are brought before the court, you are brought before the court as
a representative
of the company, not
company.
as you.
The company.
Thank you.
All right.
That's what.
I just
that's
wanted
what
to
I-
kind of give that for education for a lot of people because I know it's a kind of a sticky area, but when you're
Hello.
No,
Can
hold on,
I
okay,
one
you
second.
go, Mr.
can I answer the
Excellent, your
question?
time.
Can I
Yes.
answer
Yeah,
the
one
question?
second. One
Go
second.
ahead,
Come
Mr.
back around
in
to you know
Jamaica.
it all.
I am
Let
a
us
Jamaica.
come to you
One
after
I don't know it.
excellent.
I don't know it all. I
One
don't know
other
it all.
second.
After
But I'm,
excellent, then you
Ingram,
I
can
don't
come
know
in
it
back,
all.
Ingram.
But I'm
Yeah,
practicing.
well,
I'm
yeah,
Let
practicing
Mr. Ingram, let Mr. Ingram go. Let
37
Mr.
years.
Ingram go.
Okay? I don't know it all. I'm not the repository of all nothing.
Excellent, your time. We now make
Yeah,
Ingram
but
go
just say
nowhere,
something about
Empress.
the thing
Ingram
and
gonna
just leave
wait.
and just stop the officer because you see you have different companies, right?
Mhm.
You have
Right.
what you call a self-proprietor.
Sole
And you have
proprietorship.
And you have corporation.
You have corporations, yeah.
LTD limited in Jamaica is like a corporation.
Stop that foolishness.
Here it
Stop
is,
that
here it
foolishness.
I don't
Nobody
know
listen.
about Jamaica. I was
Stop
only
that
saying.
foolishness.
Listen
You
what
see?
I'm saying, man.
Ingram, I just
Why
want to
you
know
all
it all
advance?
behavior. You know. Please allow somebody else to speak. So get your time again.
The person's talking foolishness.
Make him talk. That's okay, Ingram. Make him talk. It's film time
Hey,
talking
Chief.
foolish. It's okay. Make him talk
Oh
in
my
foolish.
God. A
Continue,
self-proprietor
excellent. Continue.
is your name. If them come to sue you, they can't sue you. If you have a corporation, they cannot sue you. They have to sue the corporation.
Yeah.
Right.
Because the corporation is
So
own
you have
personified
different it
person.
depends on the company that you open.
Yeah. You're not the company. You're only the
Depend
company.
on the business that you're open, sir.
Ingram,
Depend
make
on
your
the
ways up
business
here.
that you're
We
open.
got so gosh.
It depends on the business that you open.
It
not
depends on the company
business
that you
you
open. But it not have nothing to do with the business where you open. It's the company where you open.
All right. Okay.
Ingram,
All right.
please. Just allow other people to ask questions. My time now.
I have two companies.
Well, Madam Speaker,
Munchie,
good night,
Munchie.
everybody. Good
Yes.
night.
Madam Speaker,
Yes.
you got your fame over do the shows tonight. You have a Obe channel.
What we do now?
Somebody must have asked me. I'm if I him screen record the live when you talk about Rosie, and I say, oh, him have some new screen recording and this and that. And then apparently him claims that you say she feel run independent. So him over there correct you. I say no, everybody like know the English language. It's not him independent. She's gonna run as an independent. And him say, by the way, you stop calling me Stefano. I'm P. Diddy.
Where are you echoing?
Connecting mute. Excellent. Maybe excellent. Excellent.
I know me.
So in gear you fame over there, my dear, and you spend one good 10 or so minutes or if not more per year.
Play what here?
No, but I play nothing not play over here.
No, we're not playing.
Move yourself. Are you so quick she come out and sleep? But play.
Speaker.
Yes, Carter. Go on, my darling. What go on? How will I meeting?
More ask Ingram 2 questions.
If I not
Ingram, why did Mark Golden and Omar Davis we create Finsac, make the man down a mandible, analyze himself and his wife mad walk in the street of Mandible. After then take over Bowman Comprehensive High School and take over Jamaica Transformer Company from them. Tell me at what Mr. Siaga borrow money and not pay back. Enough time people would borrow money for me and not pay me back. They said they don't remember. So anybody can lose memory. But why did Mark Golden and Omar Davis make the man analyze himself? He's from Caledonia Road and his wife mad walk the streets of Mandible. Why did the PNP do that? Why you answer me?
No, what I don't about what you're talking about.
We know most of that, you know. All right, so
man, one Jamaica Transformer Company and Mandible and Bowman
No,
Comprehensive High
the
School.
question therefore, Chris
Where the
Carter, is
PNP,
Mr. Ingram.
Nax data might know that. Where the PNP make analyze himself and his
No,
good pretty wife walk the
question
street
is,
of
were they
Mandible mad.
supposed to be protected by the Finsac? Were they some of the people who Finsac was created to protect, Ingram?
Finsac was, I think I've gone at length and explaining what Finsac was done now. I'm gonna encourage you guys to do a research on it.
We not do no research that pass and go. We not living in a past.
Whenever I encourage you to do things, you not encourage yourself to do nothing.
I want to make one thing we can encourage Ingram to do. Ingram, one encouragement. Well, I'm saying, Ingram, may I give you one good encouragement? Stop telling lie.
You need to encourage yourself, sir. Encourage yourself.
You lie.
Encourage yourself, sir.
Ingram, you're not allowed to finish. I was working on good job, man.
Ingram, you lie, man. I got church. You know,
my time now, Ingram.
You know, feel like it's jokes and not tell lie.
You
lie. And you call like that about.
All right, Carter. All right now. So my time now. So Ingram, we have a party leader in Mark. Now people tonight. We have a party leader in Mark Jefferson Golden, right? Who told the people of Jamaica that under his watch, any allegations of corruption, any evidence of corruption or malfeasance with any one of his member of parliament, they will be removed from the People's National Party with alacrity. How is it then that Dennis Garden was fingered, was named, evidence proven that his company got 12 dialysis machine, tax exempt, and we not hear nothing from Mark Gold and the People's National Party? What is going on with the PNP as it relates to corruption?
Call them a criminal, Madam Speaker. Criminal them.
Talk to me, Ingram. Your time.
Ingram living, you know why Ingram took up with the PNP, so a Finsac house Ingram living.
Munche?
Yes.
Let me tell you something. I am very resolute and absolute when it comes to my integrity and my character. This person is talking there now. He don't know me, you know. I don't know him, he don't know me.
Ingram, hold on then. Me know you. Hold on, let me tell you what I see you. Me go and be a pen. Hold on, Ingram. Me go and be a pen. Listen me.
Go mask yourself, man. Go mask yourself. You're nobody. So don't come to me. There is no respect. Companion.
The quarrel thing.
There is no companion.
Me don't like this, you know, Ingram, please. We don't want to go this so. Come back to
There is no Kumbalo. So know your place. Know your damn place. Don't go there.
When Kata come back up here, Madam
Speaker, me not cuss him.
Don't be rude. Keep the conversation right here. Don't pass the place.
Let me tell you something. Look up the
Do you know me? Do you know me?
England,
my business place is at Shop 10 Omni Plaza.
Ingram, we hear you now. You can't do it.
It's here for 37 years, sir.
Ingram,
don't this.
Don't be rude. Don't be feisty. Ingram.
Know yourself.
Well, man, let me tell you the company where you can help me in Jamaica.
Yeah, Munche.
Number one company you can help me in Jamaica.
Munche, I'm responding to you now, Munche.
Yes, go on with the Mark Gold and the corruption. Go on.
Good.
Excellent after me, then you come back.
As I said before, Munche, I am absolute when it comes to criminality. I don't put a label on criminality. I don't put a color on criminality. If you are a criminal, then you are subject to the laws of the land. I am standing with Mark Gold and he give his word. Unlike person who said they look far and near, he give his word and said that anyone who is found when the investigation is completed, if you are found guilty, the chip fall where it may. And that I'm standing with what the man said.
But Ingram, he never said.
Mark Golden has come to politics in Jamaica.
He never said guilty, he said then you call.
He never said after investigation is completed, because according to you,
but he couldn't say anything else.
According to you,
but he can't say anything else.
But why was he saying so much about the Prime Minister then? Then Ingram, Ingram, where is that same thought for Andrew Michael Gomez? Ingram, where is that thought for Andrew Michael Holness? When Mark Golding go around the country for 4 years and tell the people of Jamaica that Andrew is corrupt and Andrew a thief and Andrew this and that, there was no investigation was complete. He did not give Andrew due diligence. So why should we give Dennis Garden due diligence now?
No,
Madam Speaker,
no, you're
remember say
mixing up-
Ingram Carl
you're
Andrew
mixing
Thief,
up issues,
And
Munchie,
you
you're
can,
mixing up issues.
and not time and time again, me hear the political
Munchie,
platform with a lot of PNP people calling Andrew
Munchie.
thief and criminal, and there's no evidence of Andrew being a thief and a criminal.
Munchie.
Just
Munchie.
a while ago,
I have
I can't
never-
stop now, because Ingram, I get too much time, everybody's not getting no time. Just a while ago on this platform, a conversation was introduced, and I took a principled position and said I would not discuss the matter because before the court. What was Ingram position? I know he must say something different.
Exactly. Him criticize you for that stand.
It's ignorant to the ignorance of what? You
Ingram,
said,
are you ignorant? You're an hypocrite. You are an hypocrite. You are a hypocrite. You did not give Andrew Holness the benefit of the doubt or the time of day and wait on the investigation. Your party leader, Ingram. No, Ingram. You're being disingenuous now. Your party leader, Ingram, went around the country for 4 years and told the people of Jamaica that Andrew Michael Holness is corrupt and he was a criminal and a corrupt leader cannot liberate the people. He did not wait on the investigation. So how you going to tell we now say we wait for investigation from Dennis Garden?
Which is correct. What he told the country is correct.
And that is why I'm asking you, what is he waiting on to remove Dennis Garden?
He told the country that the Prime Minister of Jamaica's statutory declaration is not certified.
And he told the people of Jamaica that Andrew Holness is corrupt and a corrupt leader cannot lead the country, right?
That is a fact.
So Dennis Garden is corrupt. Why is Mark Golding still having him as a part of the PNP and committee? That is the question before you.
No, you can't argue like that, Munchie.
No, that is the fact. It's not an argument. I'm stating the fact.
Munchie. Mark Golding said, Prime Minister of Jamaica, statutory declaration is not certified.
And he said the Prime Minister is corrupt, right?
Yes.
So Dennis Garden is corrupt. Because as we speak, 12 dialysis machine is sitting at Lindros Road that came in the country for the University of the West Indies, Hospital of the West Indies. Why is Mark Golding silent on that?
I do not know what you're talking about.
You don't know nothing. You don't know about Andrew. You
Munchie.
don't know nothing. All
Madam
you know is
Speaker,
what's going on in them. You don't know nothing is going on in the PNP.
Me not
You
take
are
what me talk.
disingenuous,
Ingram
you are a
thief and
liar,
corrupt like a
you
man
are
Golding.
wicked, and your parties and you have no credibility.
I hear something. Hold on.
You have no
Hold on, Munchie, I
credibility.
hear something.
No credibility. You know, I've shut up about you. You know, you're nothing. Where? But Andrew Holness
I
is
hear
so
something,
Dennis Garden no corrupt.
Ingram.
Dennis Garden no corrupt.
Ingram, has Julian Silvera been expelled from the PNP?
No.
Ingram, me want to answer. Ingram. Has Julian Silvera been expelled from the PNP?
I do not know, my lady.
You're not going to know that. You know about George Wright, do.
Let me say something to Ingram, please. Like, while I'm telling
I heard something about teeth. I heard something about teeth.
Ingram,
nobody not talking about no teeth. No, nobody not talking about teeth. You want to tell people now.
Me not take what me talk. You are my.
You want to tell people know about people are cutting teeth. Don't mute your mic and make excellent talk. Sorry, excellent. Go on.
All right, there is 3 companies that you can open in Jamaica. One called Sole Traders, which stand for self-proprietor. The next one is partnership with 2 or more people. The next one is Corporation Limited, which stand for incorporated with limited liability companies, separate legal entity with more protection.
All right. Young man who spoke a while, I'm going to encourage you. Monday morning, go by the Company Office of Jamaica and hold on. Monday morning, go by the Company Office of Jamaica and say the same thing that you have said here just now, and they will correct you. I know, Brethren, what I tell myself, I look it up and I ask the company that you can open. You didn't look up anything, sir.
Ingram,
nothing,
Ingram, right now we are going
You didn't look up anything.
Mr. Ingram, I'm gonna bring them.
You did not look up anything.
You know what nothing else.
A little learning makes the man. I mean, go by the Company Office on Monday morning and get something started. You're all about the place.
What's the name of the 3 companies you can open?
If you want to help, If you want help, I can help you.
Mr. Ingram, what is the name of the tree company that you can open in Jamaica?
There's nothing about 3 companies, sir. Stop saying that.
Madam
There's
Speaker.
nothing about 3 companies.
Yeah.
Let me
Madam
help you.
Speaker.
Let me help you, sir. Let me help you. Let me help you,
Me
sir.
just tell you one of the
Let me
companies
help you,
right
sir.
there.
Let me help you. Let me help
Mr.
you.
Ingram,
In Jamaica, let me help you, sir.
in
Let me help you.
Jamaica, the first
Listen
company
and learn them, your man.
traders.
Ingram, you don't want only what we want to learn from you is when Mark Gordon is going to take action, read the 12 dialysis machine. If you know that you teach, we don't want to hear nothing.
Munchie,
Your
what
party
you're
leader
saying-
is
Munchie,
is
what you're saying
disingenuous,
don't make-
is a
Munchie, what
liar,
you're-
is a
Munchie, what you're saying don't make any sense.
is a
What
dishonest
you're saying
man.
don't make any sense, Munchie.
What don't make no sense? You want me to break
What
it
you're
down to
saying
you
don't make
again?
sense.
Let me break
What
it
you're
down to
saying
you
make no
again.
sense.
Let me break it down to you again since it now make no sense.
What
All
you're
right,
saying
since
don't
as
make
the
sense, Munchie.
investigation in a Jolie and Sylvia complete now and it is out of the court, when will the party leader expel him from the party?
Munchie, what you're saying don't make any sense.
Me know me not gonna
May
make no
I
sense.
may I ask you a
Once
question, sir?
me a talk about Mark
You are
Gordon, me
hide
not gonna make
behind
no sense. I
investigation
know.
of a Jacqueline.
Nothing, me gonna let Joshua me box.
You are hide behind investigation of a
Eh.
Jacqueline. So the investigation into Jolie and Silvera is complete. Totally complete now. Tell us when will
Did you listen to the case by Justice Sachs?
You know why you're not about justice sex? You
a
want you
party me
to
ask you about, Mr. Ingram. Me ask you about the party.
I said to you, I don't know.
You're not gonna know that. You don't know nothing.
Oh,
You
I
don't know.
don't know.
Anytime people
How
ask
good
questions
you
about
know?
PNP, you don't know.
I told you I don't know.
But you know everything about the
Andrew
JLP.
But how
and
would I know?
nothing
How would
about
anybody- How would
PNP.
anybody know when the party?
You
party
can
member
ask.
knows when they
You can
express about the
ask
party?
Mark Gordon, party
Of
leader.
course.
Did
Yeah, they send out
did
press
you
release.
expel Julian? Why you can't ask that?
No, but they send out press release when
Point of order, point of order, point of order.
Sylvia is a
press
convicted.
Point of order, point of order,
Sylvia is
point
a
of order.
convicted criminal.
Point of order, point of order.
He's a
point of order,
convicted
Mr.
man.
Point of
and
order.
a
Point
member
of
of
Point
the
order.
you're
PNP.
Point of order. I have something to say, but
Yes,
I will
sir.
make for Joshua. Can we allow Joshua? Joshua, come in the back to join information. Can we allow him to speak?
Greetings and good night, everyone.
Good night.
You know, I listened with pain in my heart when I hear Mr. Ingram speak. And let me tell you why. Mr. Ingram says he's a man of integrity, and I hear Munchie back him up with something a while ago.
Sure.
And
Sure. The only way Ingram live with any integrity is if I say right.
Hold on.
My
We can
brother.
finish first.
One moment, my brother, one moment. And his response tell me that he's contrary to what he espouses. Because the word integrity, one of the meanings is having a consistent position, right? Another one is being honest. I realize that the PNP major in dishonesty. Mark Golding has held a position consistently, and the PNP, along with
Joshua, have I ever accused you of not having any?
Let the man finish, Mr. Ingram. Have some.
Joshua,
finish. When I have something.
have I ever accused you of not having any integrity or
Let
question
the man finish and then you answer. Let the man finish and then you answer. Allow the man to finish what he's saying and then you answer.
Have I ever, Joshua? Do you know me, Joshua? Do you know me? Do you know Noel Ingram?
Ingram, start the disruption. Let the man finish what he's saying.
If you want, go
and
and
then you
become so yard. We already talk about this and say, as soon as we finish, we always allow you to speak. From your company platform, you are speaking, anybody can you keep your
But
honest.
listen to Joshua
I
coming
run
up
the
here.
platform, you
Listen
know.
what the man is saying.
Yeah, but when you can
Let him
just when you finish Ingram, when you finish, we're going to
talk.
When you finish a year time and then chop time and then your time again, you get the most time. And we don't mind. So just allow him and you'll get the reply. Don't worry. We're going to allow you.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you very much. Now, Munchie ask you a simple question, right? And you pivot because it's convenient. She asked you about the Dennis Gordon matter and the comrade leader's position. The comrade leader has been highly inconsistent. Since you are a man of integrity, if the greatest way to demonstrate it is to say, this is how I feel. I can't speak for the comrade leader, but this is my position on the matter, that he should be expelled.
Hold on. You didn't hear my position. I don't say my position.
No.
I don't say my position.
No. No, you tiptoe around it. You tiptoe around it, sir. You tiptoe around it. You talk about how integrous.
Are you serious?
Mr. Ingram, temper your voice, sir. And you did not take a position.
Right. Now, in addition to that, I listened to you speak on the Prime Minister's thing. You were one of those. Mark Golding for 4 years, as Munchie stated. Started the campaign, going around the country, calling the Prime Minister a thief, dishonest, or he must step down, right? And this was just merely on a report that was incomplete. This was merely because he was not certified. The comrade leader is not certified right now, and he's not asking himself to step down, right? The comrade leader is not certified at this moment with his integrity report. And he's not asking himself to step down, and he's not volunteering to step down. And since he was asking for the Prime Minister to step down at that time, then he should step down, right? Because due process is not being adhered to when the shoe is on the other foot. But when it's on the Prime Minister's foot, then the PNP, as usual, being inconsistent, is holding a different position. Now, I also hear you guys trying to fly this kite about Finsac and saying that it began under the JLP. Now, there are a few questions I have for you guys. One, if it began under the JLP in 1986, as O'Keefe and UPNP trying to state, why is it that it took 1996, which is 10 years later, for the PNP to find out? Are you guys so inept and incompetent that it took you 10 years to find out that an economy that you inherited was not being run properly? Or to give you a little bit of grace, 7 years after you took over? That's how long it took you to find out? And why is it that the same economy that you spoke of, that started spiraling out of control from 1986, experienced growth in 1988? And
8% growth, 8% growth, 7 to 8% growth.
Right, in 1988, and was only disturbed by the advent of Hurricane Gilbert. Why? And if so, why is it that interest rate was not spiraling out of control under the JLP, but it only took place under the PNP? Why? Those are some of the questions that I want from you. And since Finsac was created to solve a problem, and it solved the problem, why is it that it's under the PNP that the 44,000 registered business went down and not under the JLP? You sell a fool that, but you can't sell us that. Over to you.
Not 4,000, 40,000, not 4,000, 40,000.
44,000, not 40. 44,000 registered. And remember, for every registered business, there are at least 5 unregistered businesses in Jamaica. So you're looking at close to 300,000 businesses that went down under the PNP, including a 150-year-old business. That was a long-standing and a memorial to Jamaica. And many more other things that we could speak of. And why is it that it's just the PNP that primarily benefited? I know you're going to talk about Mike Henry and Ardley Shaw, but it's a PNP that primarily benefited from it, from Finsac, and nobody else. Why is it that Mark Golding got super wealthy under Finsac? You tell the country about that. Over to you, sir.
Joshua, you came here just now and you're questioning my Christianity and my integrity. Let me assure you, Joshua. Let me assure you that I've lived my life. I grew up with 8 children, and I'm happily in my home just now, and I'm trying to live a life of holiness before God. And I dare you to speak to me like that. You don't
Stop
know
tell
me.
life on God.
Stop call God.
Stop tell life on God.
I have consistently speak the truth when I speak. When it comes to Andrew Holness, I have never referred to Andrew Holness as a thief. Never. What I speak about Andrew Holness is the fact that his statutory declarations are not certified. I also speak to the fact
Is
that
Mark Golding's declaration certified?
he took the integrity he took the matter after he did the report. He asked for a judicial review. He also asked for a matter for something to be struck out of Craig Beresford affidavit, and the court ruled against him, and is there an appeal. Currently, the matter before an appeal and wait pending an appeal. Those are the things I talk about.
You cannot.
When you mentioned just now about what Madam mentioned about what Mark Golden said, I concur. I say I'm standing with Mark Golden, who said that the matter is under investigation, and when the investigation is completed, the chip will fall where it may. That's my response. We'll come here to say I am dodging around. What do you have to listen, sir? Let me tell you something. I have never been on a payroll of a political party in Jamaica. Never. I have worked all my life. I hear some garbage about living in Finsac house. I don't even dignify that to a response. But if I'm here at this moment, I'm living in a home that my wife and myself bought. That's where I'm living today. Okay? And she worked 37 years as a teacher and an accountant for the past 37 years.
Mr. Ingram, with all due respect,
so please,
sir.
hold on. Let me tell you, sir. Do not come to me with those rubbish. I live a life of holiness and with character.
No, Ingram.
Your opinion of me, sir, have nothing to do with my reality.
Mr. Ingram.
So you can express your view, but don't come here and accuse me wrongfully. Don't do it. I'm not accusing you for anything. I speak what I see. That's all I speak about. What I see as facts. So please, sir, when you come here to start with me, just stick to the issues. Stick to the issues. Put out the personality. Because your impression of me, or whoever impression of me, has nothing to do. I walk with my head up, sir.
Yes. Tell us about Mark Golden.
I've been showing my children be proud of me.
Can someone ask Mr. Ingram to stop reflecting and answer the questions that I've asked him?
We deal with issues.
All right, Ingram.
Blah, 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 nothing else, blah, blah.
All right, we hear you now. You can please just go back to the issues now. Because what issues were at the table before the Finsac issues? Answer them then, no? We get the point.
I refer to two things. The third thing you mentioned now about Finsac. Yes. Now, what we are saying, putting into Finsac, is that Finsac was created after the wanton callous disregard in the financial banks and what have you, when various loans of all different people from all walks of life taking loan without any proper collateral or what have you, and rubbish. When millions of dollars were taken in loan and wasn't being paid back. That is when Finsac came in to sell these assets with a view of selling the assets, get money to pay back the persons who have their little saving account in the different banks. That's what I know, the reason why Finsac come in. And I stand behind that because that's what I know. The question,
not true.
The question before you, Mr. Ingram. The question is how comes the PNP in general and Mark Golden and Peter Bowl and Peter Bunting were the super beneficiaries of Finsac? That's the question.
Let me respond to that. I'm not aware of Mark Golden and those guys benefiting solely from Finsac. Just a few months ago, the Prime Minister of Jamaica was able to buy a house that I get to understand was one of the Finsac house that he bought. And he denied it first, and then he come back and say he bought a house in the open market. And I've known several old houses in Jamaica that was sold by Finsac. I know of a house in Clarendon right now. Right now. Finsac, it is still there. Nobody just
your Mattel life and the Prime Minister, so many can agree.
All of this.
All right, rest now because you get upset. Chuck your time, because you're going to bring about Prime Minister by Finsac.
Somebody go before me, because I go tell Ingram back. Yeah. let me go again, Chuck. Chucky, let me go again before you. You know, in the scripture, the Lord Jesus called Herod a fox, F-O-X. And someone just asked
Ingram a question. And he used the word solely, which changed the context of the sentence. Because he was simply asked about Finsac and Mark Golding being the beneficiary.
What the word are you?
No, hold on. Mark Golding being the largest beneficiary, which means that if he's the largest, there were other beneficiaries. And you just simply inserted, I do not know of him being the sole beneficiary or solely the beneficiary, which means that you concurred, whether you want to admit it or not, that he was indeed a beneficiary because the documentations are there, that he benefited from it. Now, you said that Finsac was created after people refused to repeal their interest rate. That's not true.
That was a lie.
Because people offered, when Mark Golding was advisor to the Minister of Finance, offered to repay their loans at 35 cents to the dollar and was rejected, but it was sold at 5 cents to the dollar.
Why are you lying, Joshua? Why are you lying, Joshua? Why are you lying?
The Lord bear me witness, sir. I am
what did I say about Finsac? What did I say about? What exactly I said about Finsac?
You said Finsac
which
was
interest?
Created.
Did I mention anything about?
You asked me a question. Allow me to answer it. You asked me a question. I am not going to deflect like you. I am going to answer it directly. You said that Finsac was created after people, after the high interest rates. Well, you didn't use the word high interest rate. People declined to repay their loans.
So refuse to pay back a loan.
Why you don't use my words, sir? Say what I say, sir. Say
all right,
exactly
you said they refuse to repay their loan. That's what you said.
That's what I said. Yes, sir.
Now the word decline and refuse is the same thing.
Joshua, they get liquid.
One is a synonym for the other.
That's what I said.
And that's a lie because
some actually forget
their loans and they were rejected. Go ahead, Chucky.
Mr. Ingram, you claim some people used to take loans without collaterals. Now, I'm asking simply.
That was a lie.
If these loans didn't have collaterals, tell me how the borrowers lost their properties, houses, and them business and all sorts of things. Tell me if they didn't, how did they lose their properties? How did they lose their cars?
The one that lose their property was those. The one that lose their property was those that their property was put up as collateral.
We just said people were taking.
You just said they were getting loans without collateral.
Yes, there were several loans. There were several loans without collateral. Yes, sir.
44,000 of them.
There were several loans without collateral.
44,000 of them, Ingram.
But Mr. Ingram, you did. That's not what you said. You said these people were taking loans without collateral.
I said people were taking several loans, some without collateral. That's what I said.
No, you never said several. That's not what you said, Mr. Ingram. You're a lying old man, sir. That is not what you said, sir.
That's what I said.
That's what I said,
Chuck. That's
what I said.
That's what I said. Because I could not have come here. I could not have come here when I know, I could not have said that when I know that Edward Silva property in Ocherest was given as collateral. That would be
Ingram, you're not afraid of God. You're not afraid of God.
I go on my bed now because Ingram and me pressure go up.
Edward Silva property was given as collateral, so I couldn't have said that. So don't accuse me wrongfully.
Ingram,
that's not what you said, sir.
That's what I said, sir. I've been saying that all night, sir. I've been saying that all night.
Mr. Ingram, you're a liar.
I'm not going to respond to you and your lying, sir. I'm not going to respond to you and your lying. I've been saying the same thing all night. People have been taking several loans.
Then all night you have been lying. If you have been saying the same thing all night, you have been lying all night.
Mr. Ingram.
You are a liar, sir.
Mr. Ingram. Today was the funeral for Jace, the little 3-year-old owner, Denham Town. You can't tell me what it is going to take for Marky G to take off the political cap and be a nationalist. Not even that could I get him out?
What are you talking about? I don't understand.
No, the little boy wasn't rich enough for that.
What are you talking about, Miss
We said Ingram never know nothing yet, you know?
No, I don't know what you're talking about. What a listen,
Repeat yourself now.
Munche. Wanna stop it? No, I'm getting annoyed now, you know. Stop.
But you don't know nothing.
Do you know me? Do you know me?
Where you live?
Do you know me, Munche? Do you know me?
Ingram.
You know me, Munche?
This is national thing. What one
Ingram.
national? You don't know what one country? I'll take him down.
I'm gone. It can't get much. It is a burning shame upon the comrade leader. Not even the death, the gruesome unaliving of a 3-year-old can bring this man to national duties. A recognition that some things are bigger than politics.
You know, family, let me tell you something, you know. We better really understand what the roles and responsibilities that we have against this PNP, you know. They lie at PNP then.
They lie about it, you know?
If they lie, and it's that I didn't know before, no, but the man will stay right as until some BFS lie and switch into the next minute, you know. Somebody a big man like him, well, I suppose he can't help himself.
I don't take him down Omalu. I'm cut down.
I am drunk, man. I am drunk.
I am drunk because we go tell him one country.
Let me tell you something, you know.
The first thing in Gram company platform can ask, we say, what go on down a rate town. But you don't know what about the funeral or go on to the little girl when they down in town. But you know what go on down a rate town. Eh? You don't know nothing, you never know nothing yet we are going to the country.
Why are you guys entertaining this gentleman?
Because sometimes we're bored and we want some
we have so much thing right now. We have to double down on
Madam Speaker said,
realize
justice. Justice.
They're not going anywhere. Ingram, go out on any platform and do the same thing. And he sometimes catch you guys off guard. Because when I'm going home, someone are going home vexed right now, or going to the bed vexed because him messing in the spirit. I don't need this guy, man. This guy need to go on this platform where they can spew their life to one another. It is a shame. It's a shame for him to defend in Mark Gold and the Finsac. It's a shame. And I wake and I hear this balawoo. And when I look inside that man's face, I know that he is the one that causing all the uproar. It's a shame. And somebody say, "Him a go hell." Where is hell? Him a hell in the hell right now. Because I'm not going to see, they're not going to see government. And I assure you guys, Madam Speaker, and all the wonderful folks.
Man Dingy shall die in hell again, man Dingy.
5 years is a long time, but I would tell you this, they're going to reduce in their size. So if people who think they're going to be getting another $16 million for the year, they better invest the money that they're getting now, because we have enough of them. All right, so heat is coming on. Joshua and Mr. Chuck Fendley was about to hammer down some concrete nails in his box cover, but him run. But it's unfortunate though, guys. It's unfortunate. I am Cloud9. The budget representation has made me feel so good.
Mr. Jerome, my character on one thing, sir. They have been hammering, nailing this stuff all night. He just refused to let. All night them hammering, nailing that stuff. He just refused to let.
Yes, yes, Chuck. I agree, but if you look back at the PNP, remember what they normally do. They get the loudest voice to bring out them propaganda, and consistently so. They're not going to back down, sir. Right? That is the only way they know to stay relevant. Propaganda, misinformation, disinformation. They don't know, they can't come to facts. They don't know what is facts. They don't know what are great policies to move the country forward. They don't know nothing, right? They don't know nothing of such, right? These are the people who allow this platform to form because we have to stand up. And sometimes it can be so tearing, but we have to persevere. They don't know. They don't know otherwise. And him coming declaring Christianity, I wonder why some people don't want to hear about church. Because if these are some of the people who go to church and talk about is holy, right? I mean, after a while, man, I go start doubt God. Because if him come talk like he's the mouthpiece of God, and then you look at the lies, I'm just signed on. And I've heard him tell about 30 lies in space of in his presentation. So I can imagine how many lies he told you guys for the night that he had been on the program. Nonsense. Nonsense. They do not like, they do not literally like Andrew Holness. They hate him with a passion. It's not this is more than politics, gentlemen and women, right? He disrupt their plans and will continue to do so and will make them irrelevant, and they hate him even more. Just like all the brothers of Joseph in the Bible, they hate him because of his ability, his talent, which was given to him by the Almighty. And that's what's happening too. They can't fathom that Mr. Holness, the doctor, the little boy from Spanish Town, right? The world wonder after him. You understand? He's such a great leader. He has the cabinet, the member of parliament, and all the executive on one accord. They can't get it in their brain that the man was born to be this. And allow the country to develop and grow. Yes, be a viable opposition, but allow the country to grow. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, you have a good night. I have work in the morning.
You know, it is so sad. And, you know, Jerome said something a while ago that I have to concur with. As you know, my belief is in the Lord Jesus Christ. Am I a perfect Christian? No. Far from it.
Not at all.
Right? Very far from it. I have made more mistakes than I can count, and you know, some days I'm a good Christian, some days I'm a terrible Christian. And so when I hear people like Ingram telling lies and proclaiming to be a Christian, you know, Christianity is used as a sham because I know what the Bible says about living for Christ. And there's no way Ingram could be a Christian. It is quicker for the devil to be baptized than for Ingram to be a Christian. Yeah. It is quicker for the devil to be baptized than for Ingram to be a Christian. And I'm unapologetic about it. Because the man knows nothing about God. And you can't know about God and lie so much and then telling lies about holiness. What is holiness? You're full of holes. Huh?
Good night, each and everyone.
Yes, sir. Josh, easy.
Greetings.
Good night, Madam Speaker. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Omar. Hold on, my brother. Hold on, my brother. Just the Gallicus room there. Now, as Jerome says, and I would want to implore us to spend a little time, including me, because I get carried away sometimes with the PNP trying to debunk them lies. We spend time discussing the budget. There are so many moving parts to the budget. Madam Faval embarrassed the life out of the PNP with our closing.
Oh my goodness, that's true, Joshua.
You know, I mean, the Faval that people were saying too quiet showed them that she's a quiet storm. That's what she showed them with that closing. But I didn't hear all of it. I heard about 10 minutes of it, and I can tell you, I felt it for the conch and the lick that the PNP them get. So we can look at the PM and Madam Faval speech and don't waste time on the lying PNP. Ingram wants to ask one simple question. He's talking about the Prime Minister's statutory declaration. But when asked about Mark Golding's statutory declaration that was not certified, he refused to respond to it. But the Prime Minister's statutory declaration is important to him. So there is one position being taken for the exact thing when it's the Prime Minister. But when it's the leader of the opposition, the same position, the same situation, the exact situation is treated totally differently. And it says that this man lacks integrity, because integrity, one of the meanings is consistency. And he's inconsistent, as all the PNP are. Today I heard Ingram keeping alive, and Dina was saying that when the Prime Minister talk, him take it to that grain of salt because the Prime Minister lied. But if it was the comrade leader, they would be upset. Huh? The Prime Minister is not a liar. The comrade leader is known to be a liar, because him talk about him got embassy go stand up for him visa like anybody else. How can you be a British citizen and apply for a visa?
The man is a oh.
Anyway, I'll leave it right there, so.
Go ahead, Amalu.
Yeah, one of the things when these people come and they're talking about is financial meltdown. Yeah, they must. One of the things we must understand is that one of the very person that was responsible and in charge, the finance minister, on a radar program came and said that Edward Siaga called them and tell them that changing certain policies without a cushion to deal with what is coming is going to cause a financial meltdown. Mr. Omar Davis was
sorry to stop you. Sorry to break you. He said it in the parliament. I personally heard him. He spoke to them in the parliament.
And he was also on Simon Kraskell show.
He was all over the place. He was all over the place telling them, warning them. Sasiaga was all over the place telling them.
Because what happened was that when you're changing policies, such as you're changing the Open Account Act, which allow money, which is U.S. capital, to leave from Jamaica and freely goes across the border to anywhere, then you have to have a strong NIR to back it. If you don't have a strong NIR to put out there so that people can get the reserve that they want, then you have to raise interest rate to offer the people a higher interest to keep their money here. And those were the things that they were wrestling with and couldn't deal with. And that is what caused the economy to crash. So it's not about people taking loans and cannot pay back. When the people, what causes the people couldn't to deal with the loans because they were compounding more higher than the interest that they have, that their money, that the money that they were making in their business, and that couldn't work. So we have to understand when these people come and I talk about people taking loan and these things, I have to just give them the facts as economic facts as to how things in economics work and why the economy reached the stage where it reached and what causes it. And when you have the minister come and admitting these things, they cannot go around it with what they are trying to invent as the cause. That's just all I wanted to say.
Absolutely, man. I remember that's what created the black market. That was what created the black market. I remember in the 90s where people were on the street buying US dollars for government purposes. I remember that. I remember that as a local youth, them time young in my 18, 19, 20. You know what I mean? So I don't have all information to come here and, express like how you just did, but I know it's not just a mere loan, because what I remember happened was that the loan were moving. So let's say the installment was $100. It was moving because of the high interest rate was attached to it. It was a shame, and we are still not recovered from it, But for you, Joshua, Christianity doesn't mean you have to make a lot of noise. And like some people go to some church that make a lot of noise, and if you don't shout, you're not a Christian. You can be quiet, observing, honoring God in your quietness with humility of heart, and that is what is important. You don't listen to the noise. You know what I mean? it's all about the heart. And the next time he comes here connecting, you should baptize him. I think that will work. Find some out of moving water, not a stable one. Cause he need a good wash off.
Can we see? All right, Joshua made a very salient point, when he said that Mr. Golden would not be credible if his statutory declaration was not certified, and he was calling upon the Prime Minister to resign when he had a statutory declaration which was not certified. But there's something missing from the equation, There's something else that is missing from the equation. Why hasn't the Integrity Commission told the country that Mr. Golden's statutory declaration was not certified? We should not bypass that, We should ask questions about that. Why has the Integrity Commission called out the Prime Minister and not the opposition leader? And both of them statutory declarations have not been certified. What does it say about the Integrity Commission? And these are the tough questions that we should ask and continue to ask. Because they went after the Prime Minister to pull him down. The PNP went after him, and they are known to use the public service to attack the leader of the JLP, the leaders of the JLP, as they did use the security forces starting from 1976 to lock up. Let me tell you something, This PNP thing really is a serious thing, Right? And what is saving the day now? Things like what we are doing now, the social media platforms. Without these platforms, so many persons wouldn't get a chance to become aware, because they tend to buy out, the PNP tend to buy out media houses, buy out public service. There's something known as the Pickersgill Commission, Pickersgill Committee, which started in, I think it was commissioned in 1976 by Michael Manley, where Bobby Pickersgill set out to establish that only PNP operatives were employed to the public sector, And today, in 2026, there are still a number of PNP activists in key positions in the public service, Yes, right as we are speaking now. Them pack up all over the place, including integrity corruption. The integrity corruption, yes. You heard me. Some of them over the service commission, all over the place. Pack up, strategically piled up. And the ambassador, they tell us, the ambassador Samba, this ambassador Samba told us pack it up with PNP because we have an agenda. But this started under Michael Manley in 1976, where, as regards now the police force, elements, they had elements in the police force aligned to the PNP. Not only in the security forces, in the JDF too, that they gave them pre-signed detention order, blank detention order, signed them, but they were blank. So what the security forces members used to do is to go around to the various communities and the comrades just point out the labor rights and they just fill in them and detain them. That's how they got to lock up the election day workers. Arrest them and election for the election, after election passed, then release them after the polls were closed. That's what the PNP did, and in 1976, the Carl Stone organization, the most reliable poll ever in Jamaica. Once Carl Stone says they lose the election, they lose, you can't pack up. And that poll had Mr. Chiaga leading and the JLP leading in 1976. And they went for the state of emergency. Michael Manley is the only leader, and if anybody knows of any other, you can tell me, of any democracy that declared a state of emergency, and in the middle of a state of emergency, you call the election, lock up the labor rights them, lock up parental child, lock up observation, lock up a lot of key, I think since July was locked up too. A key JLP party workers won an election that it would have lost. So that period between 76 and 1980, the PNP would not have been in power without the state of emergency and the conduct. one deputy commissioner of police and some other members of the police force were retired in the public interest by the service commission, the police service commission, after a commission of inquiry was held in the state of emergency. So these things that they are doing now, it started right on Michael Man 50 years ago. Right? And for these people to come here to try to pace on Finsac and the Finsac debacle and the events of the 1990s, and Mr. Siaga, it is disingenuous, it is a big fat lie, and we just read it on Google a while ago. Just Google it, and read it before you came. And it was explained. So Mr. Ingram had no response to it. He had no response. So I love when they come and tell the lie, I'm not afraid of the lies. I love the lies because the internet will destroy, man. Because the PNP greatest nightmare is the proliferation of social media platforms. That is what is affecting them now. So yes, they came back again. You know, a man did in 1980. He was trying to win 1980 as well, you know. He started a campaign in February 1980. I was in the police force. Yeah, I was in the police force at the time. The campaign started February 1980. You know when it was the election? The 30th of October 1980. They had 8 months of red syrup run freely like a river. Homicide moved from 351 to 889 in 1 year under IPNP and Michael Mandy. So they were trying to use the fear factor to drive eternal fear in the people and get them to their tongues to use the fear tactic to get the people to vote. But they wiped him out 51-9, 51 seat to 9 Siaga won in that election. And kick away the Cuban ambassadors. The Cuban ambassador. When you again Ulysses Estrada. So Siaga declared him persona non grata the night of the election during his acceptance speech. Close the US embassy. And this now brings me to the Cuban medical program. As a result of the closure of the embassy and the fact that Mr. Siaga dissociated himself from the Cuban government, the Cuban medical program didn't run between 80 and 89 when Mr. Siaga was in power. Maybe that is why the JP missed the intricacies of the program and how the program was really run, because the program was suspended between 80 and 89. The PNP came back and returned the program, resurrected the program between 89 and 2007. The JLP came in 07 and the program continued until now. So to the credit of Marco Rubio and the Americans, they raised the issue of the enslavement, the human we call modern day slavery of the Cuban workers. It's a good program. And every time we speak about it, we should reserve no effort to commend the Cuban healthcare providers who were sent here and how well they did. They save a lot of Jamaicans. And we must thank them and commend them. But you cannot have people working against the guidelines of the ILO, the International Labour Organization, and our own labor laws out here. The program itself is infringing on our labor laws. It's illegal. You can imagine when people come out here, you take away their travel document and have your Cuban embassy lock up.
I'm connecting, if I may add to.
Yes, man. Go ahead.
I think it must be noted that Jamaica is a signatory to the ILO.
I agree. Totally.
Right. So it's not just our law. Yes, you were at pains to point out that it's both the ILO and our law. But it is bigger than that. Just like how if you're a signatory to World Health Organization or the Geneva Convention or the ILO, these are all international treaties that are signed and laws that are in place. Once you're a signatory to any of these laws, you must adhere to the rules and the guidelines of these laws. And these are international protocols that must be adhered to. So Jamaica, in truth and in fact, runs the risk, if the ILO wanted to charge them, right? If it is maintained, could charge us and take steps against us, because we have been violating these international treaties that we're a part of for years, and thanks to the PNP, right? So we should never allow them to get away with these things. But the PNP don't care about anything that is moral and ethical. All they care about is PNP, and this is one such thing. I don't know where to stand on it. You said it's a good program. I think the definition of good is when all parties benefit. Yes, we benefit from it, but are the Cubans themselves who offer the service benefiting? And from that position, then it's difficult for me to classify it as a good program.
Yes, Josh. Well, the base I was just saying is the benefits of the country, the health of our people.
No, I got you, you know.
Yes, man, that's what we're saying too. And I agree with you. So we are basically on the same page.
Yeah.
That's it. Now, one of the things that I think we have overlooked, because you can't take people. Michael Manley didn't come to prominence as a politician. He came to prominence initially as a trade unionist. So he understands trade union and laws and labor laws and so on. And for Michael Manley to ink a contract like that, that is against the fundamental rights of people. What that says to me, and I strongly believe it was one of the run with it, kickback, Nyama food contract. I think the Cuban government might have been sending back money to the PNP. In other words, I would not be surprised. I would not be surprised.
Nothing connecting. Let us examine what we have before us.
Yes.
When was this contract initially started?
1976.
All right. What was happening in 1976?
All kind of something. Cuban and Jamaica and something.
No, I'm talking about Jamaica's economic status at the time in 1960.
Yeah, man, the country was run underground, run a wreck.
Right.
Michael Manley was a wreck.
Right. Because, and this was 2 years after Michael Manley sank the economy. Cuba.
Yes, 73.
Right. Cuba was sending aid to Jamaica.
Yeah, man, milk and all kind of sardine and kind of something, and Russia sending all kind of something.
So can't you see the real reason why this kind of contract was signed by Michael Manley then?
Right? It's a kind of kickback thing.
Yeah. So that is why I said we don't have to say perhaps. The evidence is right before us.
Right before us.
Right.
The economy was doing very badly under Michael Manley.
Right. And in fact, your former stock in trade, if something like this was presented before you, you'd have to conclude that all the evidence point in that direction.
That direction, absolutely. But listen, man, Joshua.
Yes, sir.
My God. So the kickback would be the shipload of milk and sardine and something used to come.
Right. And the building of Osemati and all of them places.
Yes, that's where the money came from.
Yeah.
Not if I said nothing for nothing and very little for your money.
All right. So I tell people
it match up. The match too.
Huh?
I say you must clear like crystal now. But in my head now I said there must be some kickback, they just do it so. And the program continued for 50 years. You can imagine Joshua.
Mm-hmm.
I was around 1976, me a big boy at high school. I used to go to the library, go read. Because they didn't have internet, so I used to go to the library and it used to be very helpful and tell me what to read, and which I must read the Gleaner and give me some books to read, and I read all kind of books. And I read, and I go over everything. And it took me 50 years of all the reading and information I get, and the Google me go up and after. It took me 50 years to understand the true modus operandi of the Cuban medical healthcare program. 50 years, and most Jamaican never know.
Yeah.
The PNP set a trap 50 years ago. I just like 50 years after.
My brother, when I tell you, say, I take time out to study Michael Manley's action, you know. Why you think I decided I didn't want to be PNP anymore? Because the more I look into the real Michael Manley, the less I wanted to have to do with him. Right? The Michael Manley that was presented to the public and the real Michael Manley are in conflict with each other. Right? And Michael Manley was a charlatan. Michael Manley was interested in hype. And Michael Manley only thought about Michael Manley, just like Mark Golding. Right? They only thought about themselves. PJ Patterson was no different because he granted himself 100% increase whatsoever salary the sitting prime minister is getting, right? That's what he should get as pension. It shows you a pattern by the PNP, right? That them not business with Jamaicans, right? What they care about is PNP and the benefits that PNP can accrue from their actions. Jamaicans and Jamaica mean nothing to them otherwise. Jamaica is just a very fruitful cow. You know, in marketing, when we were studying marketing, one of the things they taught us about was the cash cow, right? That's one of and that's all that Jamaica means to the PNP and its leaders. The cash cow, and their surrogates too. I hear Ingram talking about he has never benefited financially from the PNP. Now, I don't know for certain, but based on how the PNP operate, and I know that they have a propaganda machine that is financed by cash, I would not be surprised if he's one of the beneficiaries. And are you still there, sir? Oh, Mr.
Yeah, man, I'm still here.
Yeah, man. I would not be surprised. Yeah, I would not be surprised